Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue à une autre session de ce podcast. Aujourd'hui, nous avons une invitée spéciale en notre chère Naketa Marshall. On va faire le podcast en anglais. Nous sommes au Québec, bien entendu. Mais elle parle français. Elle ne vous le dira pas, mais elle parle français. Donc, hi Naketa, how are you?
Hi, Marco. I'm well. You?
Yeah, a little bit nervous, because of the cameras and stuff like this. I just don't
All around, right? Like a
like the
movie
setup.
star. Yeah.
Well, you are a movie star. We're promoting a movie now, eh? That's what it is. Okay. Listen, we're going to talk about real estate, obviously. You as a new broker, you did your classes. Which school did you go to do your classes?
I took my course at Collège Immobilier.
Ah, very good school. I was a teacher there for about 14 years.
Wow.
I'm older than you, I know. Okay? But I was a teacher there for 14 years and I loved their setup. It's a great school. It's a great place.
Yes.
Yeah. And after that, you did the tutoring with me to prepare yourself for the OSEC exam, the 2-day exam.
Correct. Because there was about a 6-month period between when I finished the course and when I was going to do the exam. So I knew I needed a refresher
Okay,
before going into
because there
the
was a
exam.
6 month between the last classes you had and
Right.
the OSEC exam, so there was an empty space there, right?
Exactly.
Okay, well, 6 months, forget it. You need a lot of the notes there.
Exactly.
So, and then you did your exams.
Correct.
Did you pass it first time?
I did.
That's the good answer.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Because I know there's a lot of failing results. There's a lot of people that are failing. So you did. You got great results first time. Great. Now you became a broker.
Mm-hmm.
You joined EXP with the team and all this. So as a new broker, I have questions for you that I have already prepared, because that's what it is. The main goal is always to be prepared,
Correct.
So if I ask you, just before we go to those questions, what would you say that as a new broker you didn't see in classes that now you are faced with reality? What's the main challenge?
Um, just actually going through the entire process of being a broker, all that it takes to put yourself out there, promote yourself, get yourself together, get your business together.
Going, yeah,
Right.
this car's
All of that. Because as a broker, we are entrepreneurs. It
yeah.
is our business. So you really are building a business from scratch. Exactly like you said,
That
business
takes time,
starts. It does take time. Yes.
I know you are still having a job as of now, so you're still working
Yes.
like 35 hours a week, approximately. Then besides this, you're trying to become a broker. So focusing on both sides of your life and you're also a mother.
Yes.
So you get third life of two. So that's a third life.
Mhm.
So how do you manage all this?
I don't know.
Don't ask me that. I don't know.
Lot
I'm
of
not
prayer,
imagining
a
it.
lot of prayer for sure.
Yeah.
But it is very intense. I won't lie to anybody and say it's gonna be an easy road. It's gonna be a challenging road. Your time, your energy, everything is gonna be stretched thin.
No.
So yeah, it's really important that you just kind of listen to your body
And
and
take a break. Take a break
it's
sometimes.
okay to take a break.
Exactly. Because
Yes.
you're working. Let's be honest. After your whole week of it what do you do exactly as a job?
I'm an administrative assistant.
So after your week is done,
Mhm.
obviously you got to take care of the kids. Mama, I need food. Where's the supper? As a mother,
Mhm.
So besides this, then you got to do a bit of brokerage.
Exactly.
So
You have to make time for your
how much
business.
time do you have left for your business? Not that much, really, no? At the
Right.
beginning, to be honest.
Right, because your full day is already taken. So
Tired. You're a human being, Aren't you tired after?
exactly. So it's really after you put the kids to bed
And
that
you can start
then you could start and put in some time in your own business.
career.
Yeah,
Exactly. In my own
exactly.
business. Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. So after you did your classes, then you went to the OSEC exam, you got results, you became a broker. What would you say to the new brokers looking at cameras, the new brokers that want to become brokers? What
Mhm.
would you say you got to watch for?
Going off and doing it on your own,
Yeah.
I would say it's best to join a team for support.
Yeah.
and guidance, especially. You don't know, even though you took this course and you got all this information, you don't know everything or
Well, there's a lot of things
yeah.
you don't know.
There's a lot of things that you don't know as
So
yet.
imagine somebody that did not take the courses, did
Right.
not do the OSIC exam, they did nothing, they want to sell their house by themselves. What would you
Mhm.
say to them?
Well, you're taking on a big project on your own. I guess it sounds simple to say, I just want to buy my house. I'm going to put it on the market and that's it. But so much more goes into selling a house from the beginning to the end, from just even putting your house on the market, making sure you have great pictures of your home, making sure that you have access to
All the tools that brokers have, eh?
exactly. So being able to see like the seller's declarations, being able to see little things about the property, any issues it may have.
And
Um,
also look at comparables, eh?
yes,
Because
which
when
is
you're
very
on your
important.
when you're a owner of a house, you don't have access to all the prices they really sold at. You can see the ones that are on the market, but you don't see the ones that have been moving, the ones that really did sell. And at
Right.
what price did they sell it at? They were asking 650, but finally the neighbor's gonna say, "Well, I sold it. I got the price I wanted." Then you finally see that he sold it at 550
Right.
because his price was way off. You
You
know
could be selling yourself short. Absolutely.
exactly.
So working with someone you could partner up with who will give you, yeah, information that is not disclosed to the public.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good advantage of using a broker, eh?
Yes.
But don't you feel that the public don't know the real job of a broker?
Well, yeah, like I said, I think the public just sees us putting a stick in the
That's it. And
ground.
then they're waiting for the phone call to ring, and then, oh, you want to visit that house on Sunday, and they think that's the job, eh?
Right. They don't see us coordinating with the mortgage brokers. They don't see us in communication with the other brokers. They don't see us negotiating on their behalf. They don't see us making sure that they're not taking advantage of and that their best interest is met.
Oh, that's a good thing, exactly.
Yeah,
As a buyer, you're like without you just don't have the tools to go and fight for your price and your options you want to buy the house for.
exactly. And the listing broker is there to advocate for their client.
The other side, exactly.
Right, and because of the double representation, they're not even legally allowed to, look out for your best interest. They have to look out for the best interests of their client. So, why wouldn't you just let's say you're going to court and the prosecution they have their,
The lawyers,
lawyers, like the defense, you would wanna have your lawyers too to advocate for you, right?
exactly,
And get you
exactly.
the best deal,
That's there
right?
for you, exactly. Especially in
Exactly.
today's market, I know the price range you were working with some of your clients
Mhm.
is the price range where there's multiple offers coming in, eh?
Yes.
And so people don't see this. Eh? They people say, oh well, he's asking that price. I'm gonna offer him that much. You won't get
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
And then they find out that oh well, the other guy paid too much. Yeah, but he didn't pay too much. He got the house. You're still waiting and you're still looking for another.
Exactly, and if you're not working with a broker, the listing broker could just reject you. You have no idea why you've been rejected or
You
anything.
know nothing. You just know
Right,
nothing.
and you're not, able to advocate for yourself, to give the reason behind your offer.
Well, he's not allowed to tell you what price you should offer for, and he's
Right,
working for the seller, right?
exactly.
Exactly.
So they could steal your money and you won't even know.
Well,
So work with a broker.
work with the broker, exactly.
Mhm.
I have another question also.
Mhm.
After your classes, there's a lot of things that you don't see in classes
Mhm.
that you need to know about when you're on the field working as a broker, like the tools, eh? Matrix, how to fill up electronic forms, electronic
Mhm.
signatures, there's so much.
Mhm.
What would you say about that? That people don't know and the new brokers don't know. They think that if they wouldn't go to the class, they know it all, which in reality, oh boy.
Yeah, because that's just the theory part of it, the classes. They're just going to provide you information. Yes, you practice on the forms. So you have a general understanding of how to complete them, but then you're out on the field and every situation
It's different.
is different. Exactly.
Exactly.
Like one client might have one condition that's completely different from another situation, you know?
So many different situations that you just can't think of all of them.
Exactly. And then to know which clauses to fill out exactly and to make sure that you're covering for your client the whole way through, it's very important to
Well,
know.
I know that we've talked about one transaction you did recently
Mhm.
where the client had an option of going to buy something, a duplex, as a matter of
Mhm.
fact. And can you talk to me about that transaction without saying who the client is?
Yes, certainly. Well, it was definitely it was a smooth transaction, but definitely it took time as
Mm.
well. So I like to inform my clients it takes time, patience, and trust in your team. Okay.
Yeah,
You're not gonna sometimes you don't go out and find the what you're looking for
right away.
within the week. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Sometimes it could take time. Sometimes, like you said, there'll be multiple offers. You might get checked it, so you have to start the procedure
Again.
over again. Yeah. So with my client, it was definitely a long procedure
Yeah.
because they were looking for something specific.
Were they pre-qualified?
They were, yeah.
They were pre-qualified. Okay,
Yes.
good, because
So
that's the main thing also, eh?
yes, it's always important to come in with a pre-approval. Um, it's in your best interest
Yeah.
as well. So they already pre-qualified, and we saw multiple homes, and some were good, some didn't meet their interests. We put on an offer. We did the inspections. After inspections, we saw just how much
Too many
problems there was.
problems with the house,
Right.
walk away.
Exactly, and just encouraging my clients, like, "Don't worry, we will find a property. There's always homes
Well,
on the market."
we also have to prepare our buyers for buying a house.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a perfect home, eh?
That too,
Yeah,
yes.
so that's you were. I didn't have you as a student, but in my class, I usually say you have to prepare the seller for the inspection,
Mhm.
but you have to prepare the buyer for the inspection also.
Yes,
If the buyer thinks he's gonna buy a all all perfect home without no defects, it doesn't exist.
it doesn't exist, and if it does exist, you will have to pay for it, so a lot of us are within a budget.
Oh, right. Oh,
So
don't be out of budget, eh?
exactly. So we can't always get something turnkey within that budget, and yeah, we have to be realistic and understand that. Yeah.
Okay, but obviously sometimes the inspector really reveals some major stuff
Yes.
that it's better just to walk away.
100%. And they'll reveal stuff that hasn't even been revealed yet, you know?
Yeah.
So I always encourage my clients to do an inspection. That too.
Okay. So coming back to that transaction, what happened eventually with that buyer?
So we found a property that they liked. Everything, the transition went through well. Communication with the other broker went through well. We filled out all the forms, promised to purchase everything.
I remember you calling me for one on that.
Yes.
Okay.
And only come to find out after, signing the promise to purchase and everything, they realized that they did not meet the down payment requirement for that type of property.
Okay, because it was not a duplex anymore, it was a triplex.
It was a triplex now, which
Okay.
requires a different.
Different requirements, yeah.
Exactly.
So that the buyer didn't know that, eh?
The buyer did not know that. So, that ended up being a little surprise at the end, which could go well, which.
Yeah, well, it's always an issue. The
It's a big
famous down payment, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody would like to drive a Mercedes, but there's a budget.
Exactly. So, at that point, it showed me too, the surprises could come at any point throughout the
Exactly. You are
transaction.
pre-qualified for that. Are you pre-qualified for a triplex? We have to ask questions to our buyers, eh?
Yes.
Sometimes they don't want to tell us everything. They
Mhm.
feel that they don't have to, but they should think that we are working as a team. I need to get that information
Absolutely.
to make sure that, listen, if I would have known that you're not qualified for a triplex, there was no way I was going to show you a triplex,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. So luckily it all worked out well, but yeah, that just goes to show you even a
That
buyer.
transaction go through finally, or?
We will meet with the notary soon.
Oh,
Yes.
good,
So
good.
we are
So,
almost at the finish line.
okay, you're at the end of it.
Exactly. And they're very happy. Even though there was that curveball, the clients are very happy and that's what matters the
Well,
most.
you said something that's very good. There's always something we didn't expect.
Yeah.
There is always something,
Mhm.
and that's the job of. I used to have my own agency, as you know. Eh?
Mhm.
What do you think I had on my desk? It was always the problems.
Mhm.
And we are, as a branch manager, like if you want to call it like this, our job is to find solutions for
Right.
all these problems. So imagine you as a broker, you see a couple of them. If you have much more, many more agents,
Right.
how many situations we are faced.
I could only imagine.
It is
I
crazy.
could only imagine.
There's always something
There's always something.
going
Yes.
on. Exactly.
It's so true. And like you said, when there is something, we have to think about a solution,
You
it's
have to
not
think
about
about a
panicking.
solution. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. This is our job, finding solutions. It is not, we are no longer as we used to be, like finding the house for the client, because they go on the internet, they find it, and then they just want our help to make sure everything goes well,
Right.
either on the seller's side, on the buyer's side, whatever.
Right.
We are there for the transaction itself.
Right.
So obviously, Nikita, I have prepared some questions for you, right?
Yay.
Well, are you sure you're gonna like
You
it?
know.
Let me look at some questions here, right?
Mm.
So as a beginner, what inspired you to become a broker? Because you're working in an office now, and then you wanted to become a broker.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had the vision of becoming a broker.
Okay, so
Um,
you like homes, real estate, you.
I like customer service, especially I've always been working within the customer service field, and I
Oh, we can
enjoy.
see that you're going forward because yeah, you have that easiness of doing all this. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like, one-on-one,
Okay.
situations where we work through together and, I provide the service for them. I've always just enjoyed that.
That is good. So but why real estate? Because there's many ways of doing this.
Yes, but I don't know. I've always been inspired when I would see brokers
Okay.
yeah, meet brokers, I
Or
always
go on the website looking at homes and okay,
yeah,
yeah.
I always felt this was something that I would really enjoy. Yeah.
Okay.
And another space too where I could educate and yeah, provide information to like people in my generations where we need to start thinking about
Becoming an owner, right?
yeah, and create it, having investments, we're
We all need this, to be honest
we
with you.
need
Yeah.
that for the end of the road.
Have you ever felt more pressure to be more aggressive as a broker?
Um, Not at all, actually. I thought I would be more pressured once I got into the field, but honestly, this is my business.
I like what you're saying because this is the old style, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Become like I'm older than you again, so
It's
the old style, like yeah, you gotta go and I think not anymore. People are more educated; they know what they want. You're just there to provide a service. You're no
Exactly.
longer a salesperson as we used to be many years ago.
Yeah, and you're the
This is
face for your business,
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
What type of clients would fit with you? Because that's what you need, eh? When you work with a broker, you have to have a fit, eh?
Yes.
What type of clients do you think would fit more with you?
I enjoy working with first-time home buyers,
Okay,
and also, encouraging newcomers also and advising them that there are options for them to, invest while they're here as well.
it's a big market. First time buyers is a
Yes.
big market, and also for people that are coming in Quebec.
Mhm.
Well, have you seen prices of
Yeah,
rentals?
exactly, exactly. Ex
So at the same price, you can almost become an owner.
exactly, and you have that opportunity now,
You can
it
do
wasn't
this.
there before,
Yeah.
and now there is that opportunity, yeah.
So they're also first time buyers in a way.
Exactly, for sure.
First time buyers, though, they need to be educated because they have expectations that are too high.
Yes,
Because well, I'm paying 550 for the house. Yeah, but it's 550 in that area, which is not that much.
They think they know.
They think they know.
Yeah.
Well, my father bought a house 10 years ago and he paid, that was 10 years ago.
Exactly. We're here now to inform you of the reality of
2025.
what is
Yeah.
on the market today. Yeah.
So you think empathy is a strength in real estate,
Well, of
or
course.
does it get misunderstood?
I guess it depends on the broker. I mean, you have to be able to gauge, empathy and just, business.
Business. Yeah.
But absolutely, you need to have empathy. You need to meet the clients where they're at and understand where they're at this time in their
I
life.
love what you're saying because
You-
in our reality,
Mhm.
what are most of our clients? Divorce, deceased person. Hey, my father passed away, so I got to sell the house now.
Yeah,
Or I'm getting divorced. My wife and I are broken up, and so you got to put yourself in their shoes and try to.
yeah,
There's a lot of emotions involved, right? A
exactly.
lot of emotions involved.
Yeah, you need to be able to bring yourself down to their level. Yeah.
Another question is, what are some things clients never see that brokers do? As an example, but that you do every day to protect their interest.
Like I said, just communicating with all the other parties involved, the mortgage
They don't know
brokers, the
this, right?
other brokers. Yeah, when they have questions back and forth, the mortgage broker sends me questions. I need to reply on their behalf, making sure that, yeah, they're well taken care of.
They just don't know because
They
they
don't
only think
know.
you put a sign in front of the house
Yeah,
and expecting visitors. No, there's calls coming in. Can you send me the seller's declaration? Can you send me this?
exactly.
What about that question? What is this for? And do you have that house have ever been inspected before?
hmm
Questions like
So many
so
administrative
you
words.
see 4 visits, but there's 40 phone calls.
Exactly.
Yeah, they just don't know.
Exactly. They don't know. They think we call them, they call us one time, boom, that's it.
That's it. And the no show also. There's no show in real estate also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see the house tomorrow at noon.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be there, and then they don't show up.
Yeah, I had to learn that the hard way. And yeah, you got to validate your energy and how much you
Time,
have
time is an
and
issue.
time. Yeah. And on a team, they'll give you tips on how to avoid that.
Well, one of the questions we've already shared. Can you share a story where you're guiding your client not to buy the house, probably after the inspection, eh?
Yes, exactly. But sometimes people are desperate and they really, really want it now. So they're willing to, turn a blind eye and sweep things under the rug.
But it's something major, so you say no, this is too much.
Right.
Or have a reduction in price, or have the seller repair it, or
100%. So that's what
sometimes.
I would do.
Yeah, but I love the house.
I know, but then that's when I just bring reality to them. Let them know, okay, if this and this needs to be fixed, you're looking already at 40,000. So yeah, and then if they really want that, yeah, you have to try and negotiate to
Exactly.
incorporate those fixtures, repairs that need to be done, and yeah,
One issue is also people that think that, okay, I'm going to start looking for a house, and they think they're going to find it as if it's easy.
right,
And then once they start visiting, they say, okay, well, I don't like this. I don't like that. Then they bring it down to, okay, this is what I need. That takes
right.
time, eh?
It takes time. So that's why the process could take, 3 to 6 months.
Because, in reality, they look at pictures and they think they like the house. Once they go in, they say, well, the pictures are misleading. Like the house is not as big as I thought it was, and blah, blah, blah.
And that's why I encourage also my clients to go see the property so they have a better idea.
Of the environment and whatever.
Exactly. I've had a situation like that and they ended up loving it. But it was like you have to go see it.
And now I have a good question here that's going to kill you, obviously. In your opinion, what separates a good broker from an ordinary one?
What
A
separates
regular one?
a good broker from a regular one? I guess it's just the time and the work that you're putting in behind the scenes.
Behind this, well, can you be more specific?
Uh,
A good
sure.
broker would do what?
A good broker will be with you every step of the process. They're not going to let you go to the inspection by yourself. They're not going to tell you, okay, just go there. They're not going to tell you, go talk to the broker and try to get this and this.
But if I have 175 listings, you think I can really be with you all over the steps?
Mm,
There's no way.
there's okay,
No way.
okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is sometimes you need a broker that's more like one-on-one with you
Yeah.
than the big name in an area.
Right. 100%. Yeah. And that's why I like the one-on-one
You
in
said it
this
before,
field.
you like the one-on-one because you're offering a better service. Well, a personalized service,
Yes.
which is, in my opinion, better.
Yes.
Okay. One more thing also. What is the approach when clients get advice from family, TikTok, or YouTube? And what? Well, we've all been through this.
100%. Yeah.
You talk to me about this. I've seen it. Well, I'm gonna let you talk. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I just show them the reality of the situation. I show them the comparables. I show them the reality happening within this area right now.
Yeah, but my father bought a house here 10 years ago, and he negotiated $50,000 on the asking price.
Well, the market.
Can we negotiate?
We can negotiate, but according to the market as it is today, not what it was 10 years ago.
And what is the difference then?
Um,
Well, the margin is probably smaller. Eh? There's no way you're gonna.
for sure.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna. So the asking price in today's market is fairly the right price,
Mm,
and sometimes it's even lower than the price it's gonna end up selling at.
right.
So
Exactly.
there's multiple offers coming in. So sometimes people don't listen to us. They say, "Oh, well, he's asking 500, but I like it. But you've seen all the other houses. This one sold 525, 530. It's not gonna go at 480."
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We have to know, we have to give and take, you know?
Yeah, you gotta tell them this. They
Yeah. And sometimes it takes one rejection for them to
or
come to
two,
the real
one or
two
two,
or three.
three offers going down because okay, well, they took a better offer. That's
Right.
what it is. You're
Exactly.
competing with other buyers in that area to get that house.
Exactly. So, and that's what they need to,
To understand,
right,
but they have
bring
to live
themselves
it.
back in that reality.
I
Yeah.
have to live it to make sure they understand it. Eh?
Yeah.
One more thing. Do you think the industry does enough to educate the public in that industry? I want to go more into this.
I don't feel so. I
Why not?
mean, even the recent transaction we were just speaking about, where they weren't even aware of the different percentage of down payment
Yeah,
depending on the property. I do feel like this information should like
be more easy to get.
easy to access, or yeah, be promoted, yeah, in some way, give better access to the public.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
don't know it. Eh?
They don't know.
No, because
They
they only say, "Oh, well, my friend bought it. He put 5% down."
Right.
Yeah,
Or
but
I'm
he
a
bought.
first time homeowner, so it's just 5% for me. But no, there's
More to it than that. Eh?
right. Every situation, every property can require something totally different.
I have another good question there. What's something would you wish that more brokers would say out loud?
Mm,
That's a good question, eh?
it is a good question.
What do you think brokers should say more? You know,
They
or
should.
should say less?
Mm,
I'm gonna help you out with this one, okay?
'kay.
I hate it when they show brokers making tons of money, which is not reality.
Right.
So they
100%.
should promote more the job they're really doing for their client
Yeah.
instead of bragging about buying a Porsche, buying this, and
100%.
this is not reality. This is well, we're in front of camera. This is like promoting a movie.
Mhm.
Nobody is really doing this. Like most of the brokers, like so many brokers are making a living, a normal living, not exactly. They can't buy a Ferrari and stuff like that. So, but that's what we see.
And I think it's putting a lot of pressure on,
Well, people think the job is easy. You're making tons of money and all this.
yeah,
Why would brokers out of 10 quit after 2 years if it's that easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've heard of some even new brokers who it puts a lot of pressure on them, like
Exactly.
we need to make it more known that it does take time and this
It,
is not something that happens overnight.
it takes time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. One more thing. So, what would success look like for you as a broker? What would make you feel like, oh, finally, I'm having success now? I know you're just a new broker, so you
Y-
give yourself a chance. But
Yeah. I guess when I could start investing in property for myself, or I'm a very I always have a lot of ideas.
well,
I definitely want to give back to society and our community in some ways. So when I get to that point too, where I could put like other plans
oh, good.
into the making, then
Well,
I know.
because I know you, so I'm going to help you out again with this one.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be good for you to quit your job and live off just
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's when
first
I
step?
know. Yeah.
Once you can afford quitting your
One
first
hundred
job.
percent. That is on my vision board, and we are working towards that.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That's a good step. Like being being able to be a full-time job broker.
Yes.
That would make,
The ultimate goal,
especially with your kids, also having
for
more
sure.
time for them. Yeah.
Exactly, that's the
How,
point.
how old are your kids? Are young? Yeah.
12 and 5,
Okay, so they need the mother at that age. They obviously so.
and it's hard to do it all, you know?
Telling you, I had kids, so I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, what would be one lesson you would try to pass on to every client? Because once you know what it is. They call us up. Oh, I'd like to see that house.
Mhm.
They don't ask you questions. They don't ask. What would you like to tell them
Uh,
to filter out those buyers just calling like 50 brokers in one day?
yeah, okay, first, I would say, find a broker that you would like to work with, you know?
Okay. Oh, but I don't need a broker. I can do it my own.
Okay, well, like I said, you're gonna be taking on a whole project. Um, it looks easier than it is, um, especially legally even, like
But like, as you said before, that buyer doesn't know that the listing broker is working for the seller.
correct, okay,
He's not
yes.
protecting his interest.
Exactly.
So he has a lot of advantage of having his own broker working for him, with him.
Exactly, and being able to see and have access to all the information that the public
Because the
doesn't
other
have
broker is not going to do this. He's not working for you. He's working for the
exactly,
seller.
exactly. So it's important you should consider having an advocate next to you by your side as well.
Exactly. Eh?
Mhm.
What would you say to a new broker that wants to focus more on relationships than volume of transaction? Because that's what you're doing, eh?
Yes, and I think that will get you farther in the long run than just the volumes. A lot of your clients will be repeating clients,
The repeat business, eh?
repeat business, referrals, so having a good relationship with all your clients is really important.
Okay. So, again, as I'm saying, I'm older than you. Now, these days, I'm selling houses to the kids of my first clients. That shows that the parents were happy of the service they got.
Right.
Now they're referring me. I want my daughter is looking for a house or my son, and sometimes I say, "Well, your daughter, well, if she can't buy a house. Well, she's 26 now. Oh shit! I thought she was like 4. Well, that was
Exactly.
20 years ago, Marco.
So they'll always remember you.
That's it. So relationship that will give you more clients that will stay with you on the long term.
Exactly.
And on those clients are the best clients for you to promote you Oh, you're looking for a house. Hey, listen, call her, Mrs. Marshall. There's the number. And then they're
Exactly.
selling you. So
Yes.
those clients, they don't want to look for other workers. They want to deal with you.
Right.
They know that you had good service for their friends.
Exactly.
On a volume thing, it's different.
Mm.
You have no repeat business or less repeat business.
Mhm.
Just people, they see the king once, he signs the contract, and they never see him again
Yeah.
most of the time, And
Yeah.
then they see, well, that disadvantage is that it's not a personalized service. It's like,
Exactly.
I always have an assistant, I always have somebody else, I
Mhm.
don't know who I'm dealing with, so it's not personalized. It's a
Yeah.
different opinion of the market.
Yeah, and I like the more personalized approach,
Well, as a buyer, you would prefer a service like you're offering, obviously.
Thank you.
That's what.
Yeah.
Well, that covers it all. I know that for you, it's a first time podcast, So the purpose of this is just to exploit your service to make sure that people know you, and obviously you have to promote yourself. So, what are your phone numbers and coordinates, or email, whatever? Go ahead and do it.
Naketa Marshall, contact number 438-368-8991. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram under the same name. And thank you for the
Looking for
opportunity.
services, exactly.
Always looking, yeah, anyone looking for real estate services, I am your girl. And again, thank you for the
It's a
opportunity.
personalized service you're looking for,
Yeah.
not just a random service like this.
No,
Exactly.
it will be personalized. I will be there with you.
And when you're hiring, Nikita, you're also hiring a team with knowledge. Because sometimes people will say, oh, she's a new worker, maybe she doesn't have that experience.
I have a solid support system behind me.
You have a
Yeah.
solid support system behind you.
do.
That's people, they need to know this, because sometimes they won't say it to you, but you're a new broker. Yeah, but I'm new, but I have time, whereas as an older guy like me, don't have time anymore. So that's one thing. They need to know this.
Yes.
So thanks for this podcast. Thank you very much for everybody. À la
Thank
prochaine fois, Nikita.
À la
Thank-
prochaine.
À la prochaine. Thank you.